All right, let's dive into one of New York's most incredible neighborhoods, the Flatiron District. We're going to walk through a perfect day here, from that first morning coffee all the way to a killer rooftop view at night. We'll find out what really makes this place tick.
And you know, that quote just nails it. The magic here isn't an accident. It all starts with the map itself. When Broadway decided to just slash diagonally across Manhattan's perfect grid, it created these weird, awesome triangular plots of land that basically dared architects to get creative. And wow, did they ever.
And right at the heart of it all, you've got the building that gave the whole area its name. You know the one I'm talking about. It's this beautiful wedge that looks like an old-fashioned clothes iron, and it became the symbol for the entire neighborhood's ambition and, honestly, its style.
So get this, when Daniel Burnham designed this masterpiece back in 1902, it was actually called the Fuller Building. Its steel frame was totally revolutionary, letting it soar 22 stories into the sky. But New Yorkers took one look at it and immediately started calling it the Flatiron. And that nickname stuck so hard, it ended up defining the entire neighborhood around it.
And here's a little piece of history for you. That sharp, knife-edge angle of the building, it creates a serious wind tunnel. Seriously. Back in the early 1900s, guys would apparently just hang out there to watch the wind kick up women's skirts. It was a whole thing. Even today, when you walk around that corner, you better hold on to your hat.
Okay, so as the sun comes up, let's start our day around Madison Square Park. And you got to think of this park as more than just a patch of green. It's like having a front row seat in an open-air museum of Gilded Age architecture, with all these giants reaching for the sky.
It all kicked off in 1847 when the park opened and suddenly made this area super fashionable. And that sparked this incredible construction boom. First, you get the Flatiron. Then, boom, the MetLife Tower goes up, and for a little while, it's the tallest building on Earth. Not long after, the New York Life Building joins the party. Each one was a bigger, bolder statement than the last.
But what's really key here is the contrast. You have these gorgeous, historic titans, the Flatiron, the MetLife Clock Tower, that golden-top New York Life building. And then, standing right there with them, is One Madison, a super sleek, 50-story glass tower from 2010. It's just a perfect picture of how this neighborhood's skyline is this ongoing conversation between the past and the present. All right, for our midday adventure, let's shift our focus from the skyline down to the streets. Because the Flatiron District has this amazing superpower. It's constantly reinventing itself. I mean, it's a story of constant evolution, where the very same buildings have been home to wildly different worlds over the decades.
This neighborhood's resume is just fascinating. First, it was the Ladies' Mile, the most high-end shopping destination in the city. Then, as shopping moved uptown, it became the Toy District, centered around the International Toy Center. When that faded, the cheap rent attracted artists and photographers, creating the Photo District. And then, in the 90s, it became Silicon Alley. Those huge, affordable loft spaces from its past lives, plus a growing fiber optic network, made it the perfect launchpad for New York's first dot-com boom. This ability to just keep changing is baked right into its DNA.
Okay, after all that history, it's gotta be time to eat. The Flatiron is a total crossroads when it comes to food. You can find absolutely anything here, from temples of fine dining to, well, probably the most famous burger stand in the entire city.
And this is what I just love about this place. On one side of the park, you have 11 Madison Park, which was once named the best restaurant in the world. And on the other side, you've got the original Shake Shack, where you can get an amazing burger for just a few bucks. You can grab a seat at a classic lunch counter like Eisenberg's, which is now called S&P, or you can get completely lost in Italy, a massive Italian food hall right inside the old toy center. The range is just, it's incredible.
But the afternoon isn't all about eating. This place is packed with other cool spots. You can go check out the insane sculptures at the Lego store, get your mind blown by graphic design at the Poster House Museum, play some ping pong at Spin, or just wander through one of the most beautiful bookstores in the city, Rizzoli. There is so much culture packed into just a few blocks.
Now, as the sun goes down, the vibe of the neighborhood shifts again. You know, the hustle and bustle of the workday fades away, and you start to see the Flatiron for what it really is now, a super vibrant, modern neighborhood where people actually live. And this is where that whole story of reinvention becomes personal. Those old commercial lofts that used to be toy showrooms or photo studios, well, now they've been transformed into these unbelievable, light-filled apartments. It's the absolute perfect mix of historic character and modern life.
So behind these grand, old-school exteriors, you find these sleek, modern homes.
It just goes to show you that the neighborhood isn't some museum piece. It's a living, breathing part of New York, where people are building their lives right inside of all this incredible history.
And for the absolute perfect end to our day, here's one last insider tip for you. You've got to head up to the 235th rooftop bar. As the whole city starts to light up, you get this absolutely jaw-dropping front row view of the Empire State Building. It is one of those New York moments you will just never, ever forget.
So this all brings us to one last thought. The Flatiron District has been a fashion hub, a toy capital, a photo district, a tech alley. It's always changing, but somehow it always feels like itself. I think its real genius is its ability to hold on to its stunning architectural soul while always making room for whatever's next. And that is the magic of the Flatiron.